do what's next, and you keep growing until you start to discover, hey, this is my real passion. People go for 5, 6, 7 years, and then they usually question their business, their career, their body, their relationships. And then one of two things happens. They change direction and feel renewed, or they go, no, I got a great deal here, what the hell's wrong with me? And they recommit, and they get stronger. But that's life. And if you don't grow, I don't give a damn how much you've got going for you, you're going to be miserable. I think as early on, I realized that one of the things you have to understand about life is everything changes and everything ends. And that kind of sounds heavy on the front end, but it's a truth. If everything changes and everything ends, number one, it should make you appreciate what you have right now. And then my view is, what's next is always better if I make it so. It's my job to make it so. And I think that's how we have to navigate. But most of us have been conditioned not to take a risk. People ask me all the time, what does it take to be happy? And I always tell them, it's really simple. One word, progress. If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. And by the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have a miserable day, you will come home to a bed that is made, that you made, and a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be better. I've been a Navy SEAL for 36 years. Every morning in SEAL training, my instructors, who at the time were all Vietnam veterans, would show up in my barracks room, and the first thing they'd do is inspect my bed. If you did it right, the corners would be square, the covers would be pulled tight, the pillows centered just under the headboard, and the extra blanket folded neatly at the foot of the rack. It was a simple task, mundane at best, but every morning we were required to make our bed to perfection. It seemed a little ridiculous at the time, particularly in light of the fact that we were aspiring to be real warriors, tough, battle-hardened SEALs. But the wisdom of this simple act has been proven to me many times over. It matters not whether you ever served a day in uniform. It matters not your gender, your ethnic or religious background, your orientation, or your social status. Our struggles in this world are similar, and the lessons to overcome those struggles and to move forward, changing ourselves and changing the world around us, will apply equally to all. If you think it's hard to change the lives of 10 people, change their lives forever, you're wrong. I saw it happen every day in Iraq and Afghanistan. But changing the world can happen anywhere, and anyone can do it. So what starts here can indeed change the world. You will likely fail often. It will be painful. It will be discouraging at times. It will test you to your very essence. At the darkest moment of the mission is a time when you need to be composite, when all your tactical skills, your physical power, and your inner strength must be brought to bear. If you want to change the world, you must be your very best in the darkest moments. If I have learned anything in my time traveling the world, it is the power of hope. The power of one person, a Washington, a Lincoln, a King, Mandela, and even a young girl from Pakistan, Malala. One person can change the world by giving people hope. Start each day with a task completed. Find someone to help you through life. Respect everyone. Know that life is not fair and that you will fail often. But if you take some risks, step up when the times are the toughest, face down the bullies, lift up the downtrodden, and never ever give up. If you do these things, the next generation and the generations that follow will live in a world far better than the one we have today. And what started here will indeed have changed the world for the better. Finally, in SEAL training, there's a bell, a brass bell that hangs in the center of the compound for all the students to see. All you have to do to quit is ring the bell. Ring the bell, and you no longer have to wake up at 5. Ring the bell, and you no longer have to be in the freezing cold swims. Ring the bell, and you no longer have to do the runs, the obstacle course, the PT, and you no longer have to endure the hardships of training. All you have to do is ring the bell to get out. If you want to change the world, don't ever ring the bell. No, I thought if you're a good person and you do right by people, that people will take your kindness and give you kindness back. But what I realize is sometimes in this world, the kindier you are, the more they try to play you like a fool. I was delusional. I'm nice to you, you're nice to me. Don't always work like that. Sometimes I'm nice to you and you take advantage of me. So some of y'all, you're delusional. I just need you to do me a favor. When you are delusional, you can never get the outcomes you want because the premise in which you're operating from is a lie. So you've got to work from truth. And some of us don't want to deal with truth because it's so difficult. You dropped out of school. You grew up in a certain community. In order for you to be able to do what you need to do, like a Tony Robbins, there's some things that you don't have in your arsenal that if you can just admit you don't have it in your arsenal, then you can go get it. But until you admit that you don't have it, you'll never be able to do it. So I need you to do me a huge favor. I just need you to be real. And the reason why a lot of y'all don't want to be real is because some of you would rather live a lie than have nothing at all. You already know that job you're in isn't about you. Your boss isn't about to cash you out. You're just scared to quit and start your own business because you don't know if you're going to do well or not. You know you shouldn't be there. Let's be honest, you know you still shouldn't be at that job right now. Let me see your hand. Let's just be real. Let me see your hand. You know you shouldn't still be there. Raise it high. Don't play with me. Raise it high. You still shouldn't be at that job. But you're delusional that one day it's going to be your day. That one day you're going to merge your job and your calling together. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to just leave. He gave me permission to say, I am brilliant. Yeah, I might be different, but I am brilliant. Yep, I might be loud, but I am special. He gave me permission. So the first thing I want you to do today is I want you to keep saying to yourself, I am. And for those of you who haven't quite started yet, I am. And for those of you who have started, I am. Why? Because I can't believe that I started with a GED and that GED turned into a 4-year degree. Listen to me, and I don't owe anybody an apology. I am phenomenal, and I don't owe anybody an apology. I am going to do great things, and I don't owe anybody an apology. I was created to be great. I was created to do great things. I was created to have great things, and I will no longer ask others for their permission. That Eric Thomas that grew up in Detroit and had that Detroit mentality, while I love it, it doesn't transfer to every community. I had to let the dream destroy you. Let it strip you. Let it remake and mold you. Don't be afraid. Some of you are afraid. Listen to me. Wherever you're from, if that's where you're from, if you leave, you can always come back. I promise you. I promise you, when you come back, you can get right back into conversation. Nothing's going to change. I promise you, whatever world you're from, if you go to other worlds, you can always go back to that world. The version of you that you are right now is a blessing, but it won't take you to the next level. No matter who you are, if you're average or if you're good, when you get around greatness and you stay around greatness, you start listening to great podcasts, reading great books, and you start hanging around great people, and you start becoming a part of great masterminds. God, you just evolve. And I don't know what happened, but every year, I went from a high school dropout and homeless to I start becoming every single day more of who I am. And I can't believe it. My next goal is to win the Nobel Prize. Why? I had to come up with something. I am giving you permission to be great. I'm giving you permission to be everything you were called to be, to do everything that you're capable of doing, to have everything you're supposed to have. Listen to me. You have to be careful when you hang around average people. All they're going to do is tell you what they can't do. And that's okay. That they can't do it, but that has absolutely nothing to do with us. We can go from being homeless and high school dropouts to having PhDs, writing books, and becoming the voice of a generation. We can do whatever we believe we can do. And we don't need anybody's permission to do it, but ours. You are brilliant. You are special. Yes, you're different, and yes, you're not doing it the traditional route, but greatness is upon you. You've got to keep going. You've got to keep going. You've got to keep going. In the 12 years to get the 4-year degree turned into a master's degree, and the master's degree turned into a PhD. God, I can't believe it. I went from being a high school dropout, from being homeless, living in abandoned buildings, to Dr. Eric Thomas, to writing 6 books. Guys, are you hearing what I'm saying today? Stop playing small and start playing big, because I am. All right. I am. Listen to me. I was literally homeless. I was coming to church, not really taking showers. I wasn't brushing my teeth. And this guy looked at me and said, "You need to get your GED. You need to leave Detroit. I'm going to send you to college because greatness is upon you." I had never spoken a day in my life. And this guy saw something in me that I didn't see. And he gave me permission to be where other people said I couldn't be. He gave me permission to believe I was great. He gave me permission to think I could change the world. He gave me permission to start something that had never started in my family before. He gave me permission to say, I am. Listen to me very closely. When you graduate and you get a job, if you want to get paid, you never say no. You never say it can't get done. Don't you ever say out of your mouth, it can't get done, even if you feel in your heart it can't get done. You won't say it out loud. You let the broke folks say that. You let the folks they're firing first say that. You always say it can get done, even if you don't think it can get done. Just say it and try to make it up. I'm being real. I'm being real. I don't deal with people who say, I don't know how, or I don't think it can be done. I'm like, okay, cool. You won't be getting any bonus at the end of the year when bonuses are getting passed out. You won't be getting any bonus. What I need you to do is, I need you to kill the noise. I need you to embrace the I am. And however you get it done, I need you to get it done. There are 24 hours in the day. Get up. Get up right now from your misery. Get up right now and start climbing. Get up right now and recognize who you are. Get up right now and say, enough is enough. Fight for it. Take control of your life. When you get up out of that bed and you start your day, before you walk out that door, make peace with yourself. So what, you slipped? So what, you fell down? Get up right now and climb. For every mountain that you climb, it's going to get tougher. So I'm telling you, get up. Focus on conquering today. This is the moment of truth, for you to understand that within you are great possibilities. I'm talking to the individual that understands that grit is work. Let me tell you something about grit. Grit is when you're hurting so bad. Grit is when you're hurting so bad, but you know you've got a job to do. Grit is something that pushes you in a total different direction. How do you get through something? You've got to keep climbing. Fall, climb, slip, climb. You've got to climb. You've got to know that you are built for something. You weren't built for nothing. You've got to know that if it did not make you, it cannot break you. Pay attention to your drive, pay attention to your purpose, and just get through the day. Don't dwell on tomorrow. Focus on now. I will make mistakes. I will fall, but I will get up. I will struggle, but I will learn. I will be what I was meant to be. and no one can take that away. For I am who I am. How will you know who you are inside if you're so afraid of a put-down, of a setback, of a rejection, of challenges? How will you know who you are if you don't have the abilities to rise up, to be able to say, I know who I am. I know I've got this. I know I can be better. I know I can come up. You may ask, why me? Why do I have to face so many significant challenges? Why is it that every day that I go to my job, I'm facing challenges? Why is it that every day I have to come across someone that wants to test me? Yeah. Okay. There's a mountain. Let's see what I can do. Oh man, here we go. Here's another one. Let's see what I can do. You can't live this life without climbing to something. You want to go up? You've got to climb up. You want to get up to the next level? You've got to climb up. Obstacles, challenges, life. Oh, and guess what? I forgot to tell you this. Oh, guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, you've got to work for it. This outcome that you want so bad in your life, this thing that you're chasing, whatever that may be, how do you expect to get there? It ain't going to happen overnight. It's not going to be handed to you. You've got to keep climbing up that mountain. You've got to keep going up. You are going to fall a few times. You are going to slip up. Let me tell you something. Many times in my life, I fell down, I slipped up, I didn't know how I was going to get up, but I got up. I refused to quit on me. I didn't want to go any further, but I said, not today. This is not going to happen to me, because I know I've got a job to do. You can do it. I know you can do it. But do you know you can do it? Do you believe in yourself? You can do it. Can't do it? Yes, you can. Be who you need to be, but don't you dare be an excuse. Don't quit. Get up, climb. Today is the day. Today, it's about you. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, throughout the rest of your life, you are going to challenge yourself and you will be challenged. Throughout your life, you are going to have to face some things that you are not prepared for, but you better stay ready for it. You better get yourself together right now. You better understand that your life is not going to be easy because you are living it each and every day. And something or someone is coming after you. It doesn't mean that your life is over. That means you are being tested. Don't stop. Keep going. Don't stop. Keep pushing. Don't stop. Keep fighting. Don't stop. Keep working. Let this day be a lesson, not an end. Let this day be the test for the testimony. Let this day be your faith. Let this day be your power.